foggy lately. It's crazy. Every Saturday morning we've gone to an auction, it's been foggy. So today we are in Grass Lake at a huge Shopaholic Quarters auction. It looks like lots of salvage. It's early morning. You saw the fog. It's 47 degrees. We're starting to get into that fall weather. So here we are. We're going to go take a look. We're about an hour early so we can have time to look at everything and see what they have and where it's at and if we're going to be interested in bidding on anything. Okay.
Otherwise it's like a monster.
Ooh, some primitives. What is what is that supposed to be? I don't know. Some type of scary mask. Okay, here's a cabinet. Oh, we gotta push it in. Ooh, it's a corner cabinet. It's a blue corner cabinet. Looks like it's probably used to be an entertainment center that somebody painted. Somebody.
Just cleaning shop. Is that you?
Somebody was a furniture painter. Oh, that's really cool. A little bench there. Then a little side cupboard in red. The furniture's nice. Thing I will not buy are these because they do not sell. Okay, say that, but you never know. Don't trust me. Ooh, way worse for wear. Some glowy glass. Lots of toys. It's well organized. Lard. Kentucky. Oh, that's cool. Does it open up like that? Somehow it opens up. Probably have to take the top and the bottom off to get it to open up maybe. I need more bulbs. I think that I do. Oh. I said they're very organized. People after my own heart. Okay. What's that? Butterfly. Some type of, I don't know what that says, stained glass. Talk about wooden bowls. Miscellaneous. Mr. Peanut next to Daffy, or next to Donald Duck. I'm a sucker for a good nail pouch sign. Is it a tin? It is a new tin. That's a cool table.
Yeah.
See if I can get it all in there. Yeah, that is a very cool table. Got the knots.
Well, no, it's through. They
Oh,
drilled through it to put the leg in.
that's a good idea. Hold on, can you see the bird on the branch? Oh, it's broken, but it's the bird on the branch. And the oval one, those are always nice.
That's
Oh
cool.
yeah, look at the grapevine.
1, 2, 3.
That's fun.
Oh, that's what it is grapevine?
Yeah, it's grapevine on a very strong wire cage. And then an egg. The egg signs are always fun. Toolbox.
Yeah, it's solid anyways.
Burners. Bottles. Huh. Signage? Holy cow, signage. Oh, this is one that Chris is interested in.
That's huge, actually.
Yeah. Sugar
I just
dough.
thought in our booth it would go well.
Yes. It would. I would definitely go for it.
You guys do shows or you guys? No.
Oh, that's fun. Interesting. Go home today with the world's biggest, is that a pudding stone? It's, look how big that is.
Piece of granite.
I don't know. It's got the red little chunks in it, so Chris thinks it's granite, but I'm just saying, oh my gosh, it is on a pallet. It is, I don't even know how you would take that home with you. We're not going to be. So this is the reason we picked this auction. I don't know how high the salvage will go. These are amazing salvage pieces. If you can hear me over the generator. I mean, a smaller version I sold for $150, a much smaller version. So there's that.
That long one's not. That's too big for my van.
Well, you just have to sit between us if I got it. We'd be cuddling with it. And then some beautiful corbels. So those are cool pieces too. All depends on how much they go for. Oh, look at that piece. Even the post. So, not part of the auction, but I had to show their gardens. Look at the driftwood, the pieces of wood, and then the big rocks. Because I'm always looking at people's landscaping and how they do decor. Oh, and it's all fenced in, so nobody hurts it today.
Yeah.
So I think it's a living estate that we're at. I think somebody's still living in the house, but so they're protecting their gardens. I do not blame them in the least. Oh, it's got a weird feel to it. Some owls. Holy insulators. Oh. A couple barn lights. Some heavy. Oh, it looks like there's 2 boxes of those. Maybe 3. It's 3. Alrighty then. Oh. Bird feeder or water? Kind of a cool ashtray. I'm not a really ashtray person, but it's heavy. The horses on it are pretty cool. I just like the shape of the sign. Not that it's a library. It's not aging well because it was particle board that they did it on, but the shape is cool. Flower shop Tecumseh for designs of all. Oh. Old advertising. That's some old stop signs. No parking, police order. Uh-huh.
40, 40, now 45, 40, now 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 45, 55, 55, 55, 60, 61, 60, 60, now 65, 65, 65, 65, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, sold $65.
So that was kind of an odd auction. Usually when you do auctionzip.com, which we have told you before that the auctioneer pictures what they think would draw the crowd, like the salvage pieces and the sign. But little did we know they actually pictured everything. So what we got is what we got. What we got. And there wasn't a ton of smalls. Oh my goodness. And then they auctioned off every single item pretty much separately. a lot of times, yeah, auctions, they'll do box lots, they'll do a pick. So it was a very long day waiting for the items that we wanted.
No, it was a short auction. It was only 4.5 hours.
Right, because there wasn't a ton of stuff there.
But it just seemed like it took forever because they took forever.
yeah. So we had never been to this auctioneer before, so yeah, every auctioneer runs their auctions a little different. So we are in the workshop sharing with you because the pieces that we did get are big pieces. So
and chippy.
Yes. I love salvage, and as I'm looking at the pieces, very few of the pieces could go right into the booth. For us anyway, they need to have a little bit of work, some type of a hanging system maybe. Cleaned. Well, chippy paint's hard to clean.
I'm talking about the other stuff.
Yes. So basically what I'm going to do, it's not a lot. Some auctions are like that. I'm just going to take the camera down and show you the big pieces. They're big.
They're big. They're heavy.
They're big and heavy. And yeah, I watered my mom's while Chris brought all the heavy stuff.
She's a very good helper.
See how I did that? So, okay, let's get to it. So not that Chris is going to be able to lift this up. This has got to be, 10 foot?
That's what I was looking for a tape measure for. It's more than 10 foot because I had to take the centerpiece out of... I have a centerpiece that holds up like a cup holder and a spot to put bills and Kleenexes and things. I had to pull that out to put it in between. And it's 10 foot to that, and it was a good 1.5 foot past it. So this is more like probably 11.5, 12 foot long.
Oh, but it was this. This is what I fell in love with. And the weird thing, it's not even on both sides.
No.
Nope. So I'd almost have Chris cut it off here. I know that sounds weird. And then cut it off here to make it so it's uniform. And then I'd have an extra piece to sell. So, yeah, there's that. So, yeah, what do they call that? Gingerbread or some kind of... Yeah, so it would all stay together. It is a massive piece, but it is a humongous architectural salvage piece that I know if we do a little bit of work, somebody's going to love. Oh, he found a tape measure.
Yep. So if we cut it down, it would be...
From there to there.
It would still be 8 foot 3 inches.
Yeah, so...
But as it stands right now, it is... Yeah, 11.5 foot.
Woo-hoo. Yeah, but I'd have an extra piece. I mean, for us, not everybody has the capability of tools to be able to cut down a piece. Even like the one person that Chris was bidding with or against, I guess, he liked the piece also, but he didn't want, he knew too there was a little bit of tweaking that needed to be done to it to have it be a sellable salvage piece, and he likes just to sell them as is and not put any work into them. Every dealer, every reseller is a little bit different, but that's what we would do to the piece. This piece came with it, and I guess it probably was a stair rail that would have gone on the front porch, probably. Massive.
So I mean, that's why everything is a little offset. So when you actually have it so it's level, it looks like a racehorse, kind of.
Yeah. So these might be able to be tweaked and resold, taken off.
Well, same with the top rail itself. I just think as a unit, it's probably not as sellable as individual parts.
Yes. And I just leave it the chippy paint because that's what buyers like. They like just the chippy paint. What is that beast?
This he had as a ladder.
It's not a ladder.
No, it's just another architectural piece that would have probably mounted underneath the porch.
Yep. Probably make it a little bit safer by hammering or taking some of the nails out because they probably may have held. I don't think they're long enough to hold those pieces in. That's a little dangerous.
No, there would have been something on top. You can actually see the shape.
Yeah. And...
But everybody needs a tetanus shot every now and then.
Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, okay. So that's the next one.
Then we have this gingerbread board.
And I'm pretty sure that somebody broke it.
Yeah, like I said, I think, yeah,
Oh, look at.
these would have actually gone together. So
And
this
it
thing
looks like a fresh break, actually.
might be able to be glued together. I mean,
But
it's not terrible.
because there really isn't.
There's not a good cutoff point.
No, there's not a good cutoff point.
But unfortunately,
Holy.
you would need a wall that is 12 foot 2 inches long to be able to put it on.
Oh. So.
But I do agree. I think this should be glued back together so it looks right. You know, so it's,
or you just decide to make a cut in the halfway point of it. And then you can get 2 pieces out of the one. And then the same thing, maybe just cut this a little bit closer off so you don't have all this dead space. Yeah, that's the thing with salvage. You just have to figure out what parts of it to save. What do you think a buyer would want? I mean, 11, 12-foot section. Most people can't get that into their vehicle. You know, so salvage pieces are what salvage pieces are. You're just trying to save them from being burnt in the junk pile.
So this is just the top of a rail for a porch, I would assume. I'm saying porch a lot, but that's, I mean, with the paint and the chippiness on it, that's where this is all got to come from, was the exterior part of a house.
Yeah, and that's pretty darn long too, but that would just be cool. I mean,
well, that's what the one that is the stairway one,
yeah,
you know, is going to look like too.
Yep. Now this piece,
and you know, this could actually be cut down into smaller pieces too to make them different salvage size.
Yeah, a little bit more workable for somebody.
That piece, someone had tried to rework it because it's got brackets on the back to make it connect to something.
Well, then I get to see the brackets on the back. Oh, somebody had it hanging off something.
Not really sure how it would have been or what it would have been on.
Huh. Weird. Odd. Needs to be stabilized. And then
this one most likely would have been sitting up on the edge of a porch. Not really sure why these would have been on there, but this, or maybe it's hung down. That actually looks right.
That might be, yeah.
But like I told Yvonne, you know, we could take off these pieces here.
Yeah, I could sell these pieces alone for $15 a piece.
And then this one piece right here, it's got a nice flute on each end.
Yeah, because I could always do some chippy milk paint. So yes, when it comes to salvage, milk paint is my friend because I can make it look like salvage pieces and replicate that chippiness, that chippy goodness. So I'll be needing to order a whole bunch of flour sack because it's always white chippy, it seems like.
So some corbels.
Some massive corbels.
These two match. And there was another pallet there that I was bidding on and the other guy got it that had 4 more of these on them. This one, it's missing a little bit. That might have been a little dry rot going on.
But this inlay,
but the leaf pattern.
Yeah, so you would just
cut it, pop out the nails.
Yeah,
and it would stand.
Yeah. Yep. Do some patina waxes on it.
There were some single corbels.
Oh, those are fun little architectural
little
pieces.
Sunburst.
That's really pretty.
This one's a little bigger sunburst.
You just have to imagine it not being perfect. It's not going to be perfect. Salvage is not perfect. It's that perfectly imperfect. It's been saved from, oh, I love that piece.
And then you got this one. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, this is...
Yeah, the chippiness just falls right off. Makes a kind of a mess in our booth, though. I'm sure. Got to vacuum it.
So that's all your salvage. Well, no, there is still a couple more salvage pieces.
Nope, got more.
You want me to lift this one up on the table?
Nope, I can. So I did have to pay up for this piece a little bit. It would have had green chippy paint on it, y'all. Oh, should I green chippy paint it again? That I don't even know what that piece would have came off of by any means. I absolutely loved it. I really don't know what it, and somebody used it. It already has a hanging on it with death by nails. Holy cow, those nails are unsafe. Oh, anyway, yeah. What do you think? Green chippy it some more, or leave it as is, faded wood salvaged? Yeah, so you have to think about it when you're buying salvage. If you're buying it for yourself, the tweaks that you need to tweak, because the nails on the back of that worry me a little bit. If somebody was going to hang it on their wall, it would just scrape everything up. So I'd have to figure out, because I don't think I'm going to keep that piece. I don't think I have a place for it. I'm definitely going to resell that piece. So, but I would like to make it a little bit safer for somebody. So our last salvage
is a huge post. Yet again, it would have came off a porch. But it is a massive piece. It's not really super heavy.
No, and they do sell. Actually, we could cut it in half.
Yeah, if you buy me a new table saw that can rip that thickness, yes, I could cut it in half.
You can't chop saw?
Are you talking about cutting it in half this way?
No, not that half. Like this half.
Why?
Why? Because this
is the one thing I don't want you to cut.
Okay, I'm not cutting it, y'all. No.
To make it like bookends.
Oh, make it two of them. I have
sold a doorway that
I have sold pieces like that before.
But I don't have a saw that thick. I know. I'm being a pain.
You're gonna have to find a friend. You got a friend, Todd?
I got you.
I always have these bright ideas, and somehow he makes it work. He'll do a little complaining, but he'll figure out how to do something, or find a friend, phone a friend,
or this might be the straw.
Buy a new saw.
It might be the straw that breaks the camel's back this time.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, so I don't know what it is about homemade signs on old barnwood eggs. This one's double-sided.
These ones are fresh.
And these are fresh eggs. But it just has that hue, that little tint of the red. And the last two I bought for myself. But maybe somebody else will see the beauty in it like I do. I'm not sure. Well, I love a good messy salvage piece. Oh, this is Chris's. This is Chris's bad boy.
When we were looking at this auction, this is the one that I actually saw that I thought, this could actually work out pretty well. It's Allen hardware for Allen. And as you may or may not know, our antique booth is in Allen, Michigan, where this probably came from at a hardware store at one time. So I will put this in my booth, and it will probably sell fairly quick just because it is in Allen and a lot of people live there that would like to have something.
And he had to pay up for it. I think $150.
$150, which
isn't too bad because you can ship Shawana. And it's signs. Most of the signs there today we could not touch. You're not gonna usually.
There were a lot of them that were just so common though. The speed limit, 25 miles an hour, stop sign, men at work. We actually left that one behind. That was.
Well, it was one of Clap's little foldable, like we're working on the highway kind of men at work.
But I would say out of all the signs, probably 75% of them were just very common signs.
Right.
And those didn't sell for bad money. I mean, they were cheap.
But stuff like that, I wanted the really big arch one that said the library, but one that would take a person that had that big a space, and then two that wanted to say library, because I would want to change the wording.
Well, whatever town it was too, I don't remember.
Yeah, it was some town, and that one's sold for $10. I might have bought it for $10 and figured out how to put it in here. But at some point, I become a hoarder.
You did pay up on this one.
Oh yeah, I did pay up on this one.
Bankers Baptist.
Now that's not the best side of it. So it would have been a church sign.
It's two-sided.
It's two-sided, and I didn't go quite to 100 yet.
No, I want to say it stopped at 85.
Yeah. Would you ever thought that you would buy an old church sign? We're not Baptist, Christian. But it's a cool sign. And for 85, there were other people buying, bidding it up. So it wasn't like I was walking away for $10 where it started at.
Well, yet again, Bankers is a small town
Yeah.
nearby us, and that's where this would
In
have came
Hillsdale,
from.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why also people were interested in it, because it does, it's something local.
Local.
All right. The last couple of salvage pieces.
And then the last couple, Chris got for a steal.
I was walking over. He was selling a bunch of wheelbarrows and stuff, and there was nobody there. This auction, at times, you could have walked away with everything for next to nothing. But he pointed to the gates, and he said he started at $20 a gate, and then finally got down to $2 for both of them. And I said, okay. So I got them for $2.
Oh, that'll look great in our garden. And after he bought them, we had like multiple people come up wanting to buy them from us. Unfortunately, we are resellers, but I'm looking for gates like this because our buildings are so stark white that it will just be nice to have that on the back of our junkyard gardens. So, yeah, that unfortunately.
Well, this might be something you ask them to answer too. So she wants to use them on the side of the pole barns and stuff like that, just for decor. I thought about putting them, I'm finishing off around the silo, and that's going to have all those morning glories and then wildflowers underneath it.
I said you could use that one.
I can use one.
Yeah, well, you don't want to hide that beautiful detail on the other. If he pulls that one away, this one has the beautiful little gate detail. So I don't want morning glories growing over that and you won't see it. But this one is just a piece of fencing. So I see no reason why he couldn't use that for his morning glories to climb up the silo.
Okay.
So half and half, $1 a piece. Whew, so so we have some work to do on the salvage. Cleaning, power washing, making them sellable, that somebody could just go and add them right into his own home decor. He's kind of sweeping up the table. I got just a little bit of smalls, not very many smalls at all today, which is kind of hard. I think our total spend today, watch it,
was just under $700.
Was just under $700, but that is some large pieces of salvage. And with the 150 and the 85, and I did pay up on a clock, and then I went almost to 100 on the one circle salvage. Yeah, there's that. So this, like I said, this auctioneer today, everything was sold separately. So he had all these cases of littles that were in locked cases. And of course, I spy a green flower frog, and I'm like, okay, I want that. I don't know how old this one is. Not chippy or anything, but it's the green that I collect. But I did want to get this lipstick holder, this little turtle lipstick holder. I think is so sweet. And then I got a couple extras with it, which I don't really know much about, these two little extras. One is some type of a bell. I feel like it should be attached to something. And then this little teapot, little miniature. And a random ruler. So you just never know sometimes. Because what they do is if like one item doesn't sell, like they started off with this. Then they added the bell in. If that for your $2 wasn't going to sell, then they would add like the flower frog in, and then they keep adding things in until they got a bid. That's kind of how that works. So there's that. So I wanted to get this little set. This is so stinking cute. So it is an Ensco 1977 little T for two owl. Usually you always see the mushrooms. So I'm like, oh, if I can get that. And like I said, nobody was bidding on anything. And then it had two cups. Look at, one's the face, one's the little booty. I'm like, oh my gosh. Still original stickers. It's in wonderful shape. I was amazed by that. Got a couple little mashers because nobody else wanted them. I'm like, okay, for a couple bucks, I'll buy those. That makes the resale a little bit cheaper. Now, these were my little extras when I bought the box of owls. They sold the whole box at this moment in time. They kind of kept flip-flopping. This was just a salt and pepper shaker rooster. I don't know. Back in the day, it would have been 49 cents. I don't know anything about him at all. And then there's this little leaf, which is very fallish right now, with 2 little nuts. Salt and pepper shakers. There's no maker or anything, so I don't know, but that is super sweet. So I paid up on this little clock because somebody else wanted it, but so much going on. There's some damage to the outer itself, so it would be beautiful painted actually, or I'll probably just try to do it as is. It plugs in. We want to make sure it works. They acted like they plugged everything in for it to work, and I think I gave $75 for it. So I hope the value's there because I didn't really look it up, but it's a planter's clock, so it tells you like I need to know more information about it. But it was the moon, and then it would go around, and it would be a star, and yeah. First killing frost and fall between October 31st and November 30th. There's so much going on with this clock that I'm like, and then the thought that it actually works was awesome. We're selling a couple radios and they weren't selling, and then they threw this radio in here, in there, the grouping, and I'm like, that is so cool, the colors. And they said they plugged it in and it worked. So $2. So yeah, I don't know anything about it. It's just a fun little mid-century modern radio. The coloring is awesome on it. It's RCA. I kind of thought that was a repair, but it's not. It's just some kind of little clamp that you could clamp it up into the wall. So it's really, really a cool, made in Japan 303. That's all I got. Japan 303. That's it. Selling my little piece should be in there somewhere. Okay, I don't need it. They're selling these signs. Nobody wanted them, so I grabbed them for a couple bucks. They did accidentally rip that one, but I was that person. I picked it off the floor in front of the auction, in front of everybody. But I'm like, I need that piece. I paid the whole $2, $1 a piece, and I want my piece so I can fix it. And we're winding down there. Like I said, there wasn't much. So there was this box of primitives. So this kitty cat.
And a dragon mouse?
I think it's a mouse. Old scruffy rat. That's what he is. He was $21 when they bought him. His tag's still on there. Old scruffy rat. And then this one, what did they call this one then? Cat and crow in a crow's nest. Oh, there's a crow on its back.
That was $32.
I did not even realize that. So yes, that one was $32 when they bought it. But that rat is hilarious. Somebody's going to love it. Oh yeah, they do. They have makers. The maker mark on them from 2005. Kippy. 2005. Look at their little bunny that they drew. Oh, yes. And then 2005 Kippy. So almost 20 years old. They're vintage.
Getting there.
And then the last little purchase that I did, this little lard tin, because you know, y'all, that I love to make kitchen-y. Put all that vintage kitchenware in it, and I love that it had like the red, white, and blue colors. I did win the bid on these. Now I have to figure out if I'm going to resell them or I'm going to keep them for myself, because I do see the sellability in there.
Well, these actually come off too. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, all this was added. They were just added on.
Yeah.
So somebody had taken some heavy wire. I don't know.
Well, they were probably made for the garden. I mean, look at the feet on them and stuff. And this is actually heavy gauge too. So this all probably came together, but somebody put the grapevine and the wreath around it.
Yeah, I think they're gorgeous. I think they're very fun, and it's hard for me not to want to keep them. Decisions. But we will show you what we are keeping. So I bought ferns from an online estate sale. So we bought some hydrangeas and lilacs.
So
at
this one
an
is
auction.
this one's a pink. What does that say? Pink whiskey, winky.
Pinky Winky. Pinky Winky. I like the name Pinky
And this is a
Winky.
quick fire hydrangea.
Oh yeah, they are a little different. Oh, so beautiful, you know. And then we don't know what color lilacs, but they're lilacs, so they could be any one of the few colors of lilacs. They don't say, but they have leaves on them, so that means they're healthy.
Well, they've got shoots actually coming up here.
Well, that's just more greenery.
Yeah.
So it's a healthy plant. They had beautiful plants at their house, so, and lots of plants that were still in containers. So when we left our old house, I left all my lilacs and my hydrangeas, and we're not even sure where we're going to be planting these. But I'm glad that Chris won the bid and picked out what he thought was the nicest ones. I really do appreciate it. And it's a perfect fall right now. It's like the perfect time to plant these.
But where?
So yeah, there's that. So we have to think about where we're going to put them. But I'm super excited about it. So there wasn't a ton to bid on, but the stuff that we did get was great.
The quality's there.
The quality's there, the sellability. You know, we do sell salvaged well, and salvage does have, you know, upper price tag on it. But not only do you pay up on it, but we also put work into it so that you can just hopefully just put it into your own home decor. So I'm just looking at that pile going, I know what we're going to be doing so we can get it in the booth. We're one of those people, we don't let it sit. It's just going to go right in, especially knowing that it will resell. And I didn't even bid in any of the furniture today, even though most of the pieces could have just went in right as is, but we didn't have any room left in the van, and I didn't want to get those nice pieces injured by the salvage pieces. I'm sure we could have probably figured it out, but there's that. So again, thank you so much for watching today's video and going to the auction with us and seeing what was out there, what we brought home. We really do appreciate each and every one of you taking the time to watch our videos. So if you're part of our YouTube family, thank you so much. And if you're new and you're checking out the channel for the first time and you liked what you saw, please hit that subscription button along with the notification bell so you know we've uploaded a new video. And we will see you next time, guys. And you can see what we're up to. Bye.